Hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. Well, as in the earlier video, let me show y'all. You see, let me turn this light off. You see that? It sends that pulse out. So all the way around, hit 7,000 volts on my little tester. But I still had the gray hen with the brown on her and the black hen that wanted to fly over. Well, got close to roosting time and the white turkey hen decided she wanted to fly over the fence and come over here. So of course, she got in and I said, okay, well, I guess I need to run a wire across the top of the divider. So I did. I tied it in right here, ran it across the top and down, and I actually went across the top of the gate and back. That way I can open the gate and it not affect the wire, and then ran all the way down and back. So that's got a hot wire on the top. So now there's hot wire all the way around all the pins. And I also did the middle gate here. So I had to open the gate and let the turkey hen back in, and she went in and went to roost. But there was still a black hen over on that side. When she tried to fly back, it was right as I was walking to go turn the hot wire back on, and she was between the hot wire and the top of the gate right here. And it doesn't shock them as well through their feathers as it does through their feet. But either way, she sat there for a second after I turned it on, and then when you realized it hit her, she jumped down. So I don't know how bad it hit her, but I also ran it across to the pin and back, and I ran it up and over to that pin and back. So if they, and on top too. So if they want to jump up there like the turkeys have done, hopefully that'll deter them from wanting to get up there. But yeah, there's a hot wire. They've got to go through that hot wire if they want to get to another pin. They can either fly all the way over. If they land, it's going to pop them because it gets them through their feet a lot better than it does their wings. So far everything seems to be working well. I will have to turn it off when I go in or out, because reaching over that hot wire right there, you know, I built the gate. I think that one's 5'8" or 5'7", something like that. So, and I'm only 5'7", 5'8", so I have to reach over and open the door back up once I go through, and I don't want to touch that wire, but it's on the post there, so I just walk up and turn it off. And I put that old 2x6 that's been leaning up against the chicken pen behind the door there, so the door can't come back and hit the hot wire. But there's wire all the way around, so if they decide to switch pins, hopefully it's going to teach them to stay where they're supposed to be. That's the game plan anyway. But as y'all can tell, it's about dark. The turkeys have all went to roost. The chickens are in there fighting over their perfect spot. And that's what they do every night. Somebody gets in this spot and another one comes up and wants to knock them down because that's their spot. So that's all right. The only thing that really has been concerning me, and I'm just going to have to deal with it, I've thought about buying a dozen bags of concrete and weed eat real heavy around the edge to kill all the, knock it all down, and then pour 3 or 4 inches of concrete all the way around the edge of the fence. That'll keep the weeds from growing back up. But I'm not going to do that anytime soon. But the scuppling vine back here, it's wanting to run, of course, and I want it to run down the fence. But it'll grow up and it'll touch this fence, and I'll have to come over every now and then and retrain it back down into the fence. But hopefully that won't be a major problem. But it is all hot. And I didn't even drive a ground rod in the ground, guys. The T-poster in the ground. Now, like this here, you see it sticking up quite a bit. The wire is about 3 inches above the chicken wire. And then you've got all this up here that, so if you come up to the original pin, there's a lot less T-post sticking out of the ground than there is down there. And I just clamped my ground to one of the T-posts, and the chicken wire, so that's my ground. And you can touch chicken wire, it doesn't shock you. But that doggone hot wire, it'll light you up. So I've touched chicken wire, it doesn't bother me. So that hot wire will definitely get you. But anywho, see, they get in there. I don't know how well y'all can see, but they get in the pen and they get up on the roost, and then they start, everybody wants to be in one spot, so they squeeze until they knock some down, and then those that get knocked down either go back and fight for their spot or find them another spot. But that's just the way chickens are. But as y'all can see, all the Rhode Island Reds are on the roost, including Sue. See the black sex link climbing on top of the baby Rhode Island Reds right there? They want that spot. They're going to knock that Rhode Island Red down, and it'll find another spot. She's running out of roost. There she goes. I wouldn't want to sleep on the edge anyway, but that's just what they do. But all the adults are in there. All the teenagers, the black sex links are in there, and the Rhode Island Reds, they're all going to roost. And I'm thinking about moving those 2 nesting boxes out of the turkey pen into the middle, and there'll be 3 in there. And then when the other 2 come in, they'll go in the first pen. And hopefully that'll be enough. I don't plan on putting chickens back in that first pen until I do something with the turkeys. You know, I mean, if I could get some eggs come springtime or something and incubate some, then I'll butcher those adults and raise some more. But we'll just have to see. They tend to be a lot nicer when they're raised together with the chickens. So we'll just have to see how that works out. But guys, I appreciate y'all watching the videos. There she goes. Whoop, nope. She managed to hold on. But I appreciate you guys watching. Remember what I always tell you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.